All right, here we go. Two Oz brothers. I am a 45-year-old man, unskilled except in factory assembly work and storeman duties. I've been out of work now for 6 months, and I'm going to apply for a job which is above my skill set. Okay. This job requires me to handle incoming calls at a hotel chain. In brackets it says they will be resuming business later this year. End of brackets. I have no experience at customer relations. I want to tell them I am skilled in this area and have already lined up 2 fake references to support this lie. Should I be untruthful in the interview? I'm very well liked and present real well in person, so a job interview will be no different. I am scared if I get the job I will be caught out, but then again I might pull it off by fumbling at first, then getting the hang of it. Lie or no lie? Question mark. Help me, as I am running out of money fast. My 14-year-old son lives with me and he senses my anxiety even though I try to hide it from him. John Fibber, Drummond Ventura, 18. I want you to go first bat on this, please, Phil.
Well, the truth always prevails. And if you live a life of lies, you will be found out eventually. I don't care whether you think you can fake it to make it, but this is deceit. This is not a philosophical question. This is what is right and wrong. And you will be worse off if you think that you can pull this off. You may be able to for a little while, but when you get found out, it's going to make it worse for you for getting a job in the future. Have the interview and say, look, I've lied about my qualifications, my referees, but I do believe I have something to offer, and then see what happens.
So you're saying it'll come back like a boomerang, bite him in the bum. What about if he's there for, say, 2 or 3 months and he's really bad at the job, but at the same time he's getting experience? You know what I'm saying? Which may make it easier for him to get a job next time, but by telling the truth.
Well, once they find out that he's lying, that's it. His opportunity to get a better job in the future is gone. So the risk is far too great, in my opinion.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
The risk is far too great. You could pull it off.
Okay.
Like I couldn't live with myself if I did something like that. I have met someone many, many years ago who did say that he was qualified at something, and they believed him, and he got found out.
Well, guess what? You know someone right now who's done the same thing, and that's me.
What? So please share, Max.
I will share this story. And I would say that I'm ashamed about it, but I'm not, because it happened so long ago and I've grown as a person. Well, I don't want to say grown as a person, but I'm not the same person now that I was back then in that regard. Anyway, I'll tell you the story. Many years ago, I was looking for a summertime job between years at my university. Okay, now here it is. Here it goes. I told someone in a job interview that I was very well skilled at using an industrial floor polisher. You know those things on a stick? You've got those 2 cyclones that are whirling around, and they're made of wire, and the whole thing's on a stick, and it's plugged into a 3-phase power, and it's really and there's so much energy. You turn it on, and all the street lights dim, that sort of thing.
Well, you're fooling me, actually, so keep going.
Well, I presented okay in the interview, and the guy seemed a bit desperate and goes, okay, you got the job. Now, what he gave me was a whole bunch of cleaning chemicals, which I put in the back of my car, and he gave me the floor polisher, which I'd never used before in my life, and I went to my first job, and the first job was at a shopping centre. Okay. Now, I thought, great, I think I know how to do this. This is pretty easy. You plug it in, you just switch it on, and you go backwards and forwards like you're mowing, you make sure you don't miss a spot. And guess what happened? I plugged it in, turned it on, and the thing shot sideways like... How do I explain it? I turned it on and it made this horrific sound I'd never heard before in my life. And it was, like I'm saying, it was 2 angry cyclones on a stick, basically. And I was supposed to control this damn thing. And the thing went sideways and went bang, straight in through the drywall of the shopping complex. It made a great mark. So I had to use all of my strength. It was deeply embedded. I had to use all of my strength to pull this thing out. I unplugged it, and I got the hell out of there like Speedy Gonzales. I chucked it in the back of my car, put all of the chemicals in there, I made sure that no one was following me, and I just hightailed it back to my house, and I hid in my room for about 8 hours. And when it was midnight, I went round to the guy's house, crept over his gate, and with this thing, I don't know how I did it, I don't know how I had the strength to do it, and I left all of the materials in his backyard, and I got the hell out of there again, and I never heard from him again, and that was the end of that. And I decided thereafter I was never, ever, ever going to try and fake it till I make it. So my advice to this guy here is don't do it. And there's another reason why you shouldn't fib, and that is, if let's say you get the job and you're not skilled for it, and you'll get the hoik. Let's say you get the hoik, you're out of there. Then guess what? There's another person out there who may well be very skilled at what you're doing and you're not. And you, in effect, are shoehorning him out of a job. He's more qualified than you, and you're getting the job? Nah, mate. You can't do it. You got to look for another job. Sorry. I know you've got a 14-year-old son you've got to look after, and you're running out of money, but you've got to try something else. It's a big wide world out there, and we're on the internet, and our access to information is so much bigger and brighter than it ever was. Don't lie. Try something else, or upskill yourself if you can and go for something better.
Rather than lying about it, get the skills. There's plenty of opportunities to upskill yourself in a profession that you want to be in. There's plenty of opportunities for that. To take such a risk that could basically ruin your work career forever. Any opportunities to work somewhere else forever, they will find out.
Don't do it, mate. Don't do it. Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't lie. You could be doing a wrong thing for somebody else who is more, appropriate for the job, and that's not fair.
Well, Max, that was a great show. That was some interesting, difficult letters, I've got to say.
They were difficult this week, weren't they?
Yeah. I think the last one actually was more in the tradition of our last letters, where it's almost a little bit easier for us to kind of get our head around it rather than the ones preceding it. So yeah,
sure.
So that's yeah. So
sure.
I mean, it was pretty straightforward, wasn't it? Job Fiver. Yeah.
It was for me, especially with my personal memories of stuff and things.
I love that story. I will go to bed with a smile on my face tonight, thinking that is so funny. That is so funny. If it wasn't so tragic, it'd be just hilarious. I can picture you with this.
Oh my God!
This machine, a control machine.
Oh jeez, you should have seen this thing skip sideways away from me. It was unbelievable. I got the shock of my life, and when I heard the bang, I thought, that's it, job over. I'm out of here. I was a job fibber. This thing was buried so deeply in the wall. I had to really, really pull hard to get it out. I mean,
did anyone help you, or was anyone watching, or?
It was a long time ago, so I have no distinct memories of people watching me, but what I do know is that I was watching myself.
Yeah, right. and that's often enough.
And I was very happy that I could hear the sound of my car keys jingling in my pocket, I tell you what.
Yeah, right. Okay, we'll leave it at that then. Just to let you all, thank you to all our contributors today. A really great show. I thought Michelle's letter was very, very touching, and I hope that problem gets sorted out.
Yeah.
Thanks, Michelle. That was a difficult letter, but I think the advice that both of us have agreed upon, I think, is the way to go as far as getting your supervisors to take charge of the situation rather than leaving it to you. That was a great show. Great letters. We hope we've helped. What do you think, Max?
Oh, look, I'm very happy.
So before we go, just a special thank you to our listeners and contributors. We hope that your week is great and you work through your difficulties to create joy in your life. Again, remember to like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And finally, whoever you are, wherever you are, be kind to others, but particularly be kind to yourself. Signing off, we're the Oz Brothers. Bye, Max.
See you later, mate. Bye-bye. See you next week.